It's SuperStarcraftBros.
Diamond Friday.
Yes. Higher level play. Whoa.
What?
The drones, they splitted. They minded. Whoa.
What?
Mickey, Mickey, wow, wow.
Wow, wow.
It's been a long week. It's not over yet. So, Ohana, I love this map. You hate this map. We know this.
Well, it's not that I hate it. I just have
Bad
not
experiences.
happy feelings with it.
So you hate it.
No.
You loathe it.
No.
You despise it with a small passion.
With a small passion?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, ZvT, who's playing?
In our bottom right corner, we have our red Zerg FERNAKILL.
Those poor ferns. Nuts.
And in our top left corner, we have our blue Terran SleepWalker.
Sleepwalkers are the creepiest thing ever.
Oh yeah? Why is that?
Because they could potentially strangle you while you're sleeping. Or you could be like our cousin, who stayed over one night, started sleepwalking. This was like a decade ago. Went into our parents' room and was about to relieve himself in the closet. Luckily,
That's not where you're supposed to go.
our mom caught it and went, what are you doing? Bathroom. No you're not. Yeah, so sleepwalking, potentially peeing on the shoes.
Yeah, I know when I used to sleepwalk, I used to go in and didn't I turn on your TV?
You did?
Didn't I?
Oh, I just remember you walking past my doorway, and that's just the creepiest thing ever. Holy drones attacking that SCV. They really don't want him scouting out nothing.
Hey.
Well, I guess if they killed him, he saw that.
He already saw
He saw
this.
that going in. All right, well, oh well.
So, StarCraft, we have the Zerg player, fast expand, no surprise. Terran player getting a barracks, getting an orbital, no surprise. Probably gonna expand just as well to not fall behind in the economy.
Yeah, and he's almost up to that 400 mineral mark, so he'll probably throw down that command center. He knows that he's not going to have too much of a threat early on. He does have the Marine popping out right now, and that orbital's just about to finish, and there's the command center. So both players, pretty standard build for this map. Ohana's a nice map because it's not too small. You actually have some distance between you and your opponent, so you can't exactly, I don't know. It's not like Xel'Naga Caverns or something like that, where you instantly had units at your door.
Yeah.
Or like Shattered Temple was like that as well. The moment you found your opponent, you could just, bam.
Especially if it was close spawn.
And the hatchery just finished for FERNAKILL, so both players are going through their things right now. SleepWalker is supply blocked.
Well, that's what you get when you sleep on the job.
No. Let's see. So while these players are going through, there are a couple updates for what's going to be BattleNet 2.0. If you guys haven't checked that out on Blizzard's website. So what they're going to do is, in addition to some of the updates they've done already to BattleNet, they previewed some of the benefits and features of 2.0 that'll launch with Heart of the Swarm. Heart of the Swarm, does that have an expansion date? Or release date, I mean?
No, it's still in beta testing.
Alright. So what it is, guys, if you're a fan of StarCraft, which you most likely are because you're still watching this video.
Or you just really like listening to us for some reason.
I doubt that.
Hey, could happen.
Do we really have to follow the SCVs to work?
There's nothing else going on.
Okay. In BattleNet 2.0 that'll launch with Heart of the Swarm, you're going to have stats. So if you love stats, if you love trying to figure out what your worst matchup is, your best matchup is, you're going to have that now. So at every league level, you're going to be able to see your win and loss percentages against every race. So you can see how well you do against Protoss, Terran, and Zerg. And also they're going to have a feature where you can see which maps you're good on and which maps you're bad on. So that'll be pretty helpful, you know, practicing if you're really into competitive play. Another thing they'll have is easier menus. They're going to get rid of a lot of the borders and boxes that you have now in BattleNet. More streamlined, just have a plain old background of, I think Kerrigan is going to be the background for this expansion. And just nice, clean. It'll have more real estate for them to actually add more stuff to later. And also the party system is going to get tweaked a little bit. So if you're playing a custom map that has more than 8 players in it, you'll actually be able to have that many players in your party. That's everything that was announced, I believe.
That's everything I can remember.
Yeah, that's everything I can remember right now. But remember, guys, it has been rumored or at least hinted at by Blizzard that we might see clan support. If any of you guys played StarCraft 1, you know how big clans were. So clan support and other. I heard the supply depot go down, but they didn't. So that hopefully is something that gets added into Heart of the Swarm's BattleNet 2.0 launch, is something for clans. I think that would help out a lot.
Yeah, I think if
clan and team support, you could call it that.
Yeah, like they were saying in their little note thing about it, they're really trying to get people more in for social reasons. Because if you have social reasons, you're going to stay on longer.
Yeah, and BattleNet even did point out that a lot of people, you spend quite a bit of time talking to people in chat rooms, in the BattleNet menus and stuff, like if you're checking out stats and stuff like that. And replays are a huge thing as well. So that was the news. Now back to the game.
So
bunch of creep tumors down.
Yeah, we've had quite a bit of game happening. You got the Zerg player, took his third. Gonna be able to have a good defense against these Hellions, only losing minimal.
It does look like SleepWalker is gonna try and take his third as well, because he has a command center in his base.
Yeah, he's been using that as he was using it to supply his SCVs and mules over here. And now that he has map control with these Hellions, he can go ahead and move it over.
Yep. He's working on cloaked Banshees right now. He's gonna have cloak finished before the Banshees pop out. Interesting move, and he's continuing to build Hellions right now, in addition to getting stim for his ground army. And Spire on the way for FERNAKILL, which will actually be a great choice for this map, because you have a bunch of real estate around the edges to help harass.
Until the Spire gets up, FERNAKILL doesn't really have any defense against these Banshees that are going to be coming in.
Nope. There are spores going down at his main and natural, I presume, to try and alleviate this, but this Hellion Banshee push is slowly whittling away this hatchery.
It's a lot of fire.
And unfortunately those things can't catch on fire.
Unfortunately, one of the Hellions does go down, almost two of them.
He might actually... Ew, evil broodlings. A couple drones picked off there, and up at the main, or actually the natural, he has the Queen set up to act as a wall.
And a pretty decent spore crawler. I mean, I don't
well,
I don't know the range of spore crawlers.
Well, check it out.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Range is 7. So we have 2 spore crawlers set up around the natural, and it does look like SleepWalker is quite content with picking off that hatch. But Iron Sparks, here come 11 Muta.
Yeah, so that'll be more than enough to clean up these Hellions and take care of the Banshees, because neither of the aforementioned units can attack air.
Nope. There is an Overlord spawning in FERNAKILL, and it does look like SleepWalker's going to take out the rocks that connects his bases, just so he's able to defend that third a little easier.
And it's unfortunate that he is deciding to go for these tanks since he just finished Siege Tech, because against these Mutas, again, it's not going to do much. He's really going to have a lot of Marines to back it up. Yeah,
I think right now he's actually stalled out because the Mutas have revealed themselves, so he hasn't built any tanks yet.
And he's going to lose... he saved that one, but...
He might be able to sneak it back into the base, but here come the Mutas now. I don't think that SleepWalker has a lot in his base to take care of these. No missile turrets up. He doesn't have any Vikings on the field yet, and there aren't a lot of Marines. So we're going to look at a lot of dead SCVs in a little bit.
There's 4 Marines.
Ow! They're going straight for the orbital. All right. So essentially, those Mutas have stopped all mining at the main. And they are attacking the main.
Alright, so here are the Marines. He pumped them out. He has reactors on a lot of these barracks, so he's able to quickly increase these numbers. However, as soon as this moves over, he's going to be able to pick off those medvacs, and he can even move over and pick off these SCVs that are out of the range of the Marines.
Yep, the Marines are going to be slowed down by all the buildings placed around SleepWalker's base. Muta's still going around and picking off quite a bit of SCVs. We've lost about, I want to say, 9 SCVs since the attack started.
8. Give or take.
Yeah. And these Mutas are doing a wonderful job at harassing. And let's see, if we look at the production tab, FERNAKILL is continuing to macro behind this. We have another hatchery going down. Actually, they're being reclaimed. And he is building more Zerglings and Mutas.
It's just unfortunate that SleepWalker had that slight advantage in that about the 10-minute mark when he had map control, but he wasn't able to capitalize off it because of these mutas coming out.
But he does have 6 missile turrets just finishing up now, so they're going to be able to help defend. Oh, that poor missile turret! Hit the repair! Hit the repair! Oh!
Well, this is just a lot of mutas. I mean,
yeah, and
you can only surround the missile turrets by so much.
Missile turrets are going to be able to knock out 1 or 2 mutas. Some of the Marines that are on the high ground are able to move in and push out these mutas, but they turn around and go right back to work on these add-ons right now for the Terran players.
I mean, there's nothing really to stop him. He has to keep trying to move around the Marines. I mean, look at all these SCVs just sitting here.
Yeah, I was about to say, it doesn't help when they're just sitting there.
I mean,
here come the Marines. They lose their barracks. This is just a devastating bit of harassment from FERNAKILL.
And this Banshee that was just sitting down here, he had got the Overseer and he killed it.
Yeah, I mean, it was either going to be an Overseer moves in or it runs out of energy. I mean, either or, you're going to lose that Banshee.
He's continuing to get these mutas, but he's also getting the Banelings because he knows that there's going to be a lot of Marines out on the field.
Yeah, so this Baneling muta play is going to be devastating to a mass Marine army. And
I mean, something I would really like to see is FERNAKILL go Infestors.
I don't know. I actually think he's quite fine with this build setup right now. If he can knock out the Marine army with these Banelings, he wins.
But if
even the Hellions are going to be taken out by Banelings.
But if this Marine army gets too big, and if he gets some key siege take positions, the Banelings could be rendered useless.
That is true. The Muta Ball is moving in through the third again to try and deny it. Cancel does get done by SleepWalker, and these turrets take out 1 Muta. Not exactly a fair trade.
Maybe 2.
God, turrets they just feel so weak against anything.
They're as strong as any other static.
So we have this huge Marine ball, but I mean the moment the Marine ball moves out, but it does get a good spot on those Muta. Takes out about 2 of them, almost a third.
You know, Marines really are pretty much the best counter to mutas, I think.
I mean, they're a great versatile unit. The only down part to it is they are slow.
Yeah, but once you get that stem, I mean, any other Terran unit that can attack it, I mean, you get the Thor, those are slow, they attack slow, and you just magic box them. You get the Vikings, they're slower than mutas, they attack slower, so it's not going to be as effective. So Marines really are the key unit against mutas.
Yeah, but I mean, it does take a little bit of micro. Now, the +1 attack for flyers is on the way for FERNAKILL. And that infestation pit is down. We're not quite sure if that's going to be for upgrades or to get those infestors. But
you know what? The mutas are chilling at the beach.
Yeah, he is by the bonfire. So
that's down here.
Oh, okay. And he is working. FERNAKILL is working on his +2 for his Zerglings. So
and going for a 4th base.
You know, he can. I mean, it's good. You're applying this harassment to the Terran army. That is good to stay up on your macro. Now, the interesting thing is, SleepWalker is moving into attack. Is FERNAKILL going to continue to harass, or is he going to pull the mutas back home to defend?
No, I think I would have liked to have seen FERNAKILL try to force like some type of base race. Because if he gets his mutas in at the wrong position, these Marines are just going to eat through them.
Yeah, but I think right now, because of the size of the army, that FERNAKILL really can't afford a base race. There's not enough muta. But there are a lot of Banelings.
You know, like this.
And if these tanks get knocked out first, the Banelings can just roll in and do what they want.
I mean, throwing away all those mutas to kill 1 tank
I almost
was
thought
not
like
worth
the
it.
mutas ran into the mid-back. That's how fast they disappeared. Alright, there are a lot of Banelings, and here they come.
A lot of them were wasted on those tanks, but there was a good chunk of that bio army taken out.
Yeah, the Lings are going to get a good surround on those Marines, but it looks like...
He just doesn't have enough.
Yeah, what?
Doesn't have enough.
Doesn't have enough. You know, he's got to have enough.
You have to have more enough.
Marines are marching their way into the base now, taking out 1 Evo Chamber, 2 Evo Chamber. Need to take out that Spore so he doesn't lose the medvacs, which are incredibly valuable right now.
Well, even if he does lose these medvacs, I mean, these Zerglings should have to be perfectly placed to actually kill all these Marines.
Yeah, another Zergling and I think a Baneling in that army does get taken out. Here comes another Baneling, though. Takes out about 4 or 5 Marines. And the natural is gone. Baneling nest getting attacked right now. Good move from SleepWalker.
I mean, he has infestors on the way, which would be perfect, except Neuroparasite isn't done. Or not Neuroparasite, Pathogen Glands.
10 Muta on the way. The 5 infestors. He could throw down Infested Terran.
But it's just not going to be enough.
I mean, these Marines are weakened from all the drugs they've done. But they're
Just
just
kids, drugs are bad.
they're just mowing down everything. They're going. Oh, that poor infestor walked right into the meat grinder. And every marine isn't even attacking right now. That's like insulting.
But since the Zerg doesn't have barrel, there's really no safety net for these infestors.
What are we looking at? We had 2-2 on the marines. They were melting everything as they came out.
Well, there's nothing to stop them.
GG from FERNAKILL. I always love to see a GG from the losing player. I know it takes a lot throughout that GG. So not a bad game. I always love when a Terran player wins. So leave a comment down below on how you think the game went.
Hit that like button.
Share with your friends who also enjoy and are addicted to StarCraft.
Subscribe.
And have a great weekend, guys.
GG.
GG.